Hi everyone, this is John with Sir Winston Honeybees, and here we are. It is April 12th, 2022, and it is finally warm enough to get inside these hives and do our first inspection of the year. So officially, this is the beginning of the 2022 beekeeping season here at Sir Winston Honeybees. And boy, it's been quite a winter, and we're expecting more cold weather and possibly snow in the next week or so. But now it's about 67 to 70 degrees, and the bees are flying. So we're going to go inside, we're going to check the brood, we got a smoker going, and we're going to see what's going on inside these beehives. First of all, I want to remind you that, of course, Sir Winston Honeybees is brought to you in collaboration with Blue Sky Bee Supply in Ravenna, Ohio. And I'm going to have their link right below this video, so make sure you go ahead and click that and check out their extensive catalog, and go ahead and order from them. They're on North Freedom Street in Ravenna, Ohio. Also, I want to send a shout out to my good friends at Harlaxton College in Grantham, England, who've been watching through these cold winter months. And so again, shout out to Harlaxton College in Grantham. All right, gonna take these lids off, get that smoker going, and we're gonna get inside these hives and see what we have inside of here. All right, so we were in here the other day. We stuck in a pollen patty just to give the girls some food, and they're going at it. So we're bringing in, you know, things are starting to grow right now. We do have some forsythias. We've got some spring flowers. Of course, the silver maple has popped for a couple of weeks, and I know that because my dog loves to eat the flowers when they fall off the trees. And so obviously we have a lot of other stuff going on right here. And but we did want to give them a little bit of pollen. Took away the winter patties, and now just give them some pollen substitute just to give them something to eat. So we're looking for brood. We're looking for maybe a queen. Hopefully, signs of a queen is brood. And brood, of course, are eggs that are capped, or larvae that are capped. One thing I bought over the winter is this frame holder, and I'm gonna pop it in here in a second. Gotta make some more room. So we also want to see what kind of shape the winter supplies are in. If we still have some honey in here, maybe it's some nectar. So we'll go ahead and take a look. As you can see, they're flying around. They're not in the best of mood. They're still kind of protecting the hive. It's still kind of in winter mode. So all right. Oh boy, this frame is full of honey, as you can see. We got lots of honey on here. So they still have plenty of food to survive whatever is left of the winter. Go ahead and move this out of the way. Pop this frame holder into place right here. And we'll go ahead and put this back. All right. Put a little smoke in here. There's not a lot of bees up top, but there's a lot of bees flying, so we'll go ahead and see how we're doing in here. Again, this is our first inspection of the year. Don't want to spend a lot of time in here, just looking for a couple of things. And the first thing we saw, obviously, is that we still have some honey. So that's good. This one's also very heavy with honey. So as far as winter supplies are concerned, they're still in good shape. Again, this is hive number 1, and this has a newer queen. We haven't seen any sign of brood yet. It's usually where we're gonna see the queen. All right, so this is much lighter, and we've got a little bit of drawn comb there left over from last year. We're kind of hoping these girls will start drawing comb this year. So what we see are a lot of bees, all female. I don't see any drones. So, I mean, I don't see any brood on this frame. Again, a much lighter frame again. All right, we've got some fresh nectar on this one, and a lot of bee pollen. So they're definitely gathering some nectar and some other supplies, if you will. But you can see the bee bread all along here and nectar along here. So hopefully you can see that. And as far as pollen is concerned, we've got orangish color and also some darker orange. Some bright orange and some darker orange. All right, so now we see our first sign of brood. And these are eggs, right? Larvae that is capped. So there is brood right there. And that means that we have a laying queen in this hive. Again, I don't see any drones at all. So when you don't see drones, you're not at risk for a swarm. And again, more brood on this side. I'm seeing a bee emerging right now as we speak. Kind of a little bit of a weird lighting situation. So I can't, the sun is behind me. Looking to see if I see a queen. Kind of bee bred, and I see larvae, healthy larvae, uncapped and capped, obviously. All right, so this hive appears to be queen right. Look at this pollen right here. Pollen coming in. More brood here. Kind of spotty, the brood a little bit. Well, not terribly spotty, but it could be that we have quite a bit of emerging. I mean, obviously it's a queen, and it's a fertilized queen because we would be seeing drones, right? But I think the pattern looks okay. Again, see more brood there. These waggle dancers. Another light frame with more brood, pollen on the outside of it. Another population there. On this side, more brood. All right. So I'm seeing some eggs on here, some new eggs. So potentially we could be seeing a queen around here somewhere. The lighting was better and I had my glasses. We'd be able to do a little bit better job, but it'll take a minute just to look on this frame only because I'm seeing new eggs. And on this side, back to some honey. I don't see any eggs on there, but we got some more honey. And of course, you see some more pollen. How they get heavier on the outside as we get into some more resources. Honey from last year. And they are collecting nectar because there's nectar there. So we're at the beginning of a nectar flow. I haven't been feeding them any nectar or syrup. Oh, and this one's really heavy. This one's untouched. So we're not going to do anything more in this hive because we're in pretty good shape. All right. So we're going to put back the pollen sub. And I'm only leaving this on like this only because I want to leave them covered with the winter cover. And for it to sit properly, it kind of needs this extra space. All right. Again, we are expecting more cold weather and snow in the next week. So, like I said, today is April 12th, and it is about 67 for today. right, so here we are in hive number 2, and this is the one with our original queen that we got last spring. You can see this hive's exploding. I put the pollen sub there too, so they seem to be going after that. I didn't leave the paper on because, well, bees don't eat paper. So I'm taking a look, and I think I might be seeing some drones here. So let's take a look. So during the winter, I kept my fuel in a container outside, and it seems like it got damp. So my fuel is damp in my smoker, so I might have to buy some more. So let's see if it's any different on this side than it was on the other side. I'll be making some changes this year. I don't like the way these pallet and these timbers are making it hard for me to get around this hive. So I'm going to eliminate that whole setup, and I'm just going to set these hives on just the cinder blocks this year. That way I can walk around them and work around them a little bit better. So first thing is I'm seeing some honey again. Not on this side so much, but we have some honey on that side, so we still have some food for these bees to eat. Make sure that that's secure. Much lighter here, but still a little bit of honey on the edges. You can see we got honey there. We got some drawn comb. More honey there. Looks pretty good. Food for the girls. So they are feeding themselves. They still have food. Alright, so last one we saw honey, pollen, and then we saw about 3 frames of brood. Let's see where we are here. Oh, this is much heavier. So again, a lot of honey on this one. We're hoping to see, obviously, some brood coming up here in the next few frames. If not, we might be queenless. Seeing some pollen here, some darker pollen. And I see one of the bees is bringing in some pollen. So, all right. So now the hope is to start seeing brood in these next few frames. That would be a good sign. If not, I'm not seeing brood. Okay? All right. No brood, no eggs. A lot of noise in this hive. This hive is roaring right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but that could be a sign of there's no queen. The queen might have died over the winter time. Super light, no brood, and that's a supersedure cell that we saw last year, so there's nothing in it. do see some drone cell right there. So obviously what we have here is a queenless hive. So hopefully they will replace her. We're going to give them some time to do that. Otherwise, we're going to have to purchase a queen. Again, we're getting back to honey here, and no sign of a queen again. So, might want to take a look in the lower box then, just to see if maybe the queen has moved down there, and that's where she's laying. Wow. We had some mice living in here at some point over the winter, and they left some dirt. So let's kind of take a look at these middle frames and see if we see any brood in them. They're empty. They're not even drawn out. And they are drawn out. They are empty. All right. So what we have, maybe look at these other ones. Empty. Honey, a little bit of honey. Ooh, a lot of dirt down there. It's a big mess. Let's clean that out. All right. Just going to go ahead and clean out the mess that the mice left for us. Nothing. No sign of a queen whatsoever. All right. Look at this mess. Cleaner. Alright, well that's it for our first inspection of the year, and we had good news and bad news, right? First of all, hive number one, good news, we've got brood, and with brood that means that I saw eggs and I saw larvae. That means we got a queen in here doing what queens should do. Hive number two, and this is a hive with my original queen from last year. The queen is dead. There's no queen in this hive. There's no eggs, no brood, no larvae, nothing. In fact, I think we have quite a few drones in there. I'm not 100% sure, so take a look at the video and let me know what you think. Of course, so we're hoping for a supersession here, but with no eggs, I don't know how we're going to have a supersession. So I think the solution for this is to get a queen. The problem is it's too early for queens, so we might have to get a queen from someone that has a nuke and get a queen from a nuke. So I'm going to put the word out and see who's got a laying queen. We'll introduce her to this hive, and hopefully we'll get this hive queen right again. Queens are around 40 bucks or so, so it's not super expensive. It's not something that I wanted to do, but we've got to get this hive up and running here as soon as we can. So that's it for today. As always, I want to remind you that, we're brought to you in collaboration with Blue Sky Bee Supply. That's in Ravenna, Ohio. Check out their website, Blue Sky Bee Supply. And also, want to remind you to please subscribe to my videos and click the notification. And let's keep this thing going, okay? So until then, I'm John from Sir Winston Honeybees, and happy bees, everybody.